Good evening. Oh, God. So it's been almost 4 years. I don't think I've had to remove anyone from the chamber. There's always a first time. We seem to have a troublemaker. I want to congratulate Indiana. As much as it pains me, it's always nice to see somebody get one in their life, especially when you root for a team that's had 5. But you guys, fair and square, you won.
They could not have done this without a Miami player.
I told Commissioner Orlinsky that the irony that when I went with my son to look at the Indiana campus and the very, very fine business school, and he chose to go to the University of Florida, I think because his parents wouldn't have to pay any tuition, even though we told him do not consider that. And he said, well, instead of going to a basketball school, I'll go to a football school. Now look at the irony. As a Gator, they won the national championship in basketball. The football team wasn't so good, and Indiana wins the national championship in football. I mean, it's so crazy. But listen, I would have rooted for them had they played any team but Miami or the Gators. And it's amazing, really, what they did. They were the losingest team, I have to say, losingest team in the history of Division I college football, right? The most losses. Yeah. And they are now the national champions. It really is incredible. We do have to give them their due. And it is a great business school and a great university. And I'm happy that I'll be going to Las Vegas next January to watch Miami this time win the championship. And I will get my tickets in advance so that at 4 o'clock on the day of the game, I don't have to spend $3,500 to sit on the roof. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. But anyway, congratulations. A bet's a bet.
Thank you. A bet's a
we
bet.
all have shirts here.
Yeah.
And it's just a little too cold for a T-shirt, but we recognize your victory. I think this is part of that too, right?
It is. Red and white stripes.
Fair is fair.
Yeah.
And you're more than welcome to hang that up on the wall if you want. Okay, so let's now call the meeting to order. None of that was recorded, right? None of that is on the record. No video. We are not live streaming, as I understand it. Call the roll, please.
Mayor Weinberg.
Here.
Vice Mayor Bloom.
Here.
Commissioner Ain.
Here.
Commissioner Blatchman.
Here.
Commissioner Friedland. Here. Commissioner Cruz.
Here.
Commissioner Orlinsky.
Here.
Mr. Pegues.
Here.
And Mr. Myers.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. So we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, but it's actually very special tonight. Speaking of the University of Miami and the University of Florida and Indiana University, fine universities all. We have some of the best and the brightest here of our students. We've got 20 or so of our ACES middle school students that are representing tonight, many more students that are part of the National Junior Honor Society, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you that there's 4 pillars that they have to meet in order to become members in the National Junior Honor Society. Their GPA must be 3.5 or higher. They have to show leadership skills by being either elected or appointed to leadership positions in elementary and middle school, either in school or in the community or in work activities, such as student council or a club office or team athletics or patrols. They have to serve the community, school-sponsored or independent community service activities. Commissioner Friedland is very good at leading those with her organizations. They have to show good character. They have to have recommendation letters from staff members. They have to conduct themselves properly in class and outside of the classroom as well. Being a member encourages students to value scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship. It helps our middle school students develop knowledge and skills to become well-rounded students leaders in high school and the overall community and the University of Miami or Florida or Indiana and beyond. This year's co-sponsor, Mr. Hammer and Mr. Paraser. Did I say that totally wrong? Paraser. Mr. Paraser and Mr. Hamner. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, but they know the Pledge of Allegiance, and they're more than welcome to come up to that microphone right there, all of you, and you're gonna, what? And you're gonna lead us in it. All of you, come on up, get your moment, come on up. We're all, those of us that can, we're all gonna rise. You guys gather around. When you finish, where's Evan? When you finish, we'll come down and we're gonna take a giant picture of you. Some of you gotta be by that microphone, push the button so it lights up green.
Why doesn't the president go to the microphone?
You can pick it up. You can pick the microphone up and hold it.
The president should go to the microphone.
Make it green. Make sure it's green.
See?
Don't leave when you finish. But look, now you have to face this flag right here. And when you guys start, we will be with you. Anytime you want. You can count to 3 silently.
Don't worry.
Show leadership.
You got this.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's go down and take a picture. Beautiful.
At least I didn't say invisible.
Very well done. Stay there.
It's a little odd with it. Can we? Oh, I don't think I have ever moved it. No, I'm still the wheel. We may have to move everybody over because this cord is. This doesn't go any further.
This way.
So everybody come on this side of the podium. There we go. There's just one kid right behind you. There we go.
Make sure you see everyone.
Yes, all right. Everybody look at me.
The rust color.
Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna get 2 more. Stay like that. And one last one.
Hold on. Parents, you can come up if you want to get a picture of this. You're not getting your child. You don't have to stand. Jake.
Thank you.
Look at your parent. Okay? Great. Good job. Thank you.
Dad, did you hear the list? You need some help? Thank you. Sorry, guys. Find the indents in there. See, right about there. Maybe slower. There we go. I think that's about right. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Manager, any additions or deletions?
No, Mayor.
Okay. Any members of the City Commission have a commission report? Can you hear me, Commissioner Bloom?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. No, I hear no commission reports. Oh, yes. Sure, go ahead. Commissioner Cruz.
So we were, last week at this time, we were in Tallahassee. It was 26 degrees. But we went there as a commission, all of us. You should be very proud, as we are, that we went, every single commissioner, the mayor, and the city manager were there for Israel Days, representing our community in Tallahassee for the whole state. And we also went to advocate for the city of Aventura, as well as to ask for certain appropriations for state legislators. But most importantly, we were there to support Israel and our Jewish community. So we're all very, very proud of that.
Yes, indeed. The entire elected contingent and almost every single one ended up sick. We woke up to 25 degrees, not the feels like, the actual temperature, 25 degrees in Tallahassee. I'm sorry I said Commissioner Bloom, I meant Vice Mayor Bloom is still feeling the effects. That's why she's on by Zoom, but everybody is almost better. And if we had to do it again, we would. As a matter of fact, we will next year. Bigger and better next year. Okay, special presentations. Mr. Manager.
I'd like to recognize our two new parent members for the Don Sofer Aventura High School Advisory Board. And I want to thank you for your commitment and for stepping up to do this. As you know, the Don Sofer Aventura High School is a gem in our community, and both of you coming in and stepping up to make decisions and help improve the school speaks volumes. And we look forward to the ideas that you have and the contributions that you're going to give in the future. And I want to present you with some certificates of recognition and to thank you and have you begin.
Thank you and congratulations. And Employee Service Awards.
I want to thank Kenny. Kenny's been with us for 20 years. And it shows a commitment, especially our employees here are long-term employees. They stay here. It's a family environment, and they work hard and are well compensated and rewarded for it. But I want to say a couple things about Kenny. Kenny works in our IT department. He started here as a network administrator, and through his hard work, he's constantly gone up through the ranks and improved his standing within the IT department to the point now he's an operations manager. But one of the most important things that he does is cybersecurity. As you may or may not know, cybersecurity and integrity is extremely, extremely important for local governments. There's been several governments across the country that have been hacked. Kenny works day in and day out to make sure that all of our infrastructure is safe and that we have not been the victims of any attacks. He goes above and beyond every day doing that. His commitment, teamwork, professionalism are top-notch. And one significant accomplishment he just recently did was he graduated from the Florida State University IT management program. And this is something that our IT department, very few IT departments throughout the country get to go have the certification, but it just shows the professionalism and the level of service that we have. And I want to congratulate him for doing that. And thank you for 20 years and hopefully 20 more. So thank you, Kenny. I can get a picture? Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Kenny. Any member of the commission or the manager need to remove an item from consent agenda? Okay, seeing none. I need a motion to approve consent agenda. Commissioner Orlinsky, seconded by Commissioner Ain. Let's vote on that.
Commissioner Ain,
Yes?
Commissioner Blatchman,
Yes.
Commissioner Friedland,
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz,
Yes.
Commissioner Orlinsky,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bloom,
Yes.
and Mayor Weinberg.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. Madam Clerk, if you could read the ordinance for item 8.
An ordinance of the City of Aventura, Florida, amending Chapter 31, Land Development Regulations of the City Code of Ordinances to create Section 31-144G, Aventura Metropolitan Urban Center Zoning District Overlay, to provide for a new zoning district overlay and related regulations and standards, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date.
Motion to approve. Commissioner Cruz, seconded by Commissioner Blockman. Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. This item is a request to initiate an amendment to the city's land development regulations to create a new Aventura Metropolitan Urban Center, or MUC. The purpose of this amendment is to align the city's zoning regulations with the MUC designation already shown in the future land use map and to guide higher intensity mixed-use development in appropriate areas of the city. The proposed overlay would apply within the existing business zoning districts and establish clear standards for development in areas centered around multimodal transit facilities and regional shopping centers, particularly along Biscayne Boulevard and near the Aventura Station. And with that, I would like to recognize Community Development Director Kevin Klopp, and he could expand on the item.
Good evening. This ordinance, as has been read by the clerk and explained by the manager, is for the Metropolitan Urban Center regulations. This will promote transit-oriented development. Sorry about that. This will promote transit-oriented development in Aventura. As was discussed at workshop, there are 3 main factors that have led up to this. First was the adoption of the county's SMART plan, which has a northeast corridor along Biscayne Boulevard and the FEC tracks extending from downtown Miami into Aventura, and there's much plans for beyond north into Broward and Palm Beach County. The city designated a metropolitan urban center in its comprehensive plan in 2014. We're going to look at that in just a moment. And the opening of the Brightline Station right here at our doorstep. All these things lead to the need for transit-oriented development in Aventura, and this is to put some regulations in place for that to occur. So in 2014, the city recognized this need and indicated in its comprehensive plan that the Metropolitan Urban Center designation, as described and adopted in Miami-Dade County's comprehensive plan, may be applied as an overlay within the city's business and office land use category. And that's exactly what we're doing now, 12 years later. So we're doing it in 3 sections of the code. One section creating each of the listed districts you see here. MUC1 is the core, the most intense. MUC2 is the center of the district, and then MUC3 is the edge, and all of these have a scaling down from the core. And core, center, and edge is as prescribed by the Miami-Dade County Comprehensive Plan. I want to mention some very important things about the proposed regulations. You have them in your packet. They're obviously many pages long, a lot of zoning code in there, but these are some real highlights that you need to be aware of. First of all, the MUC overlay will allow residential use in addition to the commercial use that is currently allowed in the areas where we eventually put this on the map. Second, all development adds to the floor area ratio. This is unlike the town centers. The town centers that we have has a FAR limit of 2.0 in most cases, but allows residential density on top of that FAR. It doesn't count residential density against FAR. In the MUC, following the county comprehensive plan, all development adds to the FAR. Now, the FAR proposed is higher because of this. And the incentive is, and we'll get into this in another slide, but the MUC allows for sharing of FAR and density. So there's, even though it counts towards FAR, there's a lot of other incentives that make this a good thing. As we mentioned, sharing of FAR, density, and open space are all allowed within each of the three districts, MUC1, MUC2, and MUC3. New administrative regulations are still needed, will be needed for sharing of these densities. That's a very technical process, a very legal process. All this is doing is setting up that the commission is allowing that to happen. There's more rules that need to go in place as to how that will happen between property owners within these districts. The density of 62 units per acre is added as of right to all of any properties given the MUC overlay. Now, that sounds a little scary at first, but then when you see the next two things, any project over 50,000 of gross floor area requires a conditional use, so it still has to come back to you. The density may be of as of right, but the projects won't be unless they're very small projects. And as requested by the commission, parcels less than 35,000 acres will also require a conditional use approval. So it sets a minimum lot size.
Less than, sorry, square feet. You said acres.
Oh, you're right. Yes,
That's a
thank
large
you.
parcel.
That would be very large. 35,000 square feet requires conditional use approval.
And
That's about 3/4 of an acre.
Thank you for testing that we're listening. I know what you're doing, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm glad. Very good. Okay. MUC1, now these things are specific to the different districts. What I just read to you is overall. For MUC1, the density is up to 100 units per acre with conditional use. The floor area ratio is up to 4.0, again with conditional use. The height as of right is 25 stories and can be up to 30 stories with conditional use. And finally, in MUC1, parking can be shared between properties in MUC1 as well as from MUC1 to MUC2 and vice versa. In MUC2, the only difference is that the conditional use is for density up to 95 units per acre instead of 100, and the FAR goes up to 3.5 instead of 4. In MUC3, which is the edge, conditional use is up to 90 units per acre, 3.0 FAR, a height of 20 stories instead of 25. If they want up to 25, that's conditional use. And parking can be shared amongst MUC3 properties, but not with MUC1 and 2. Now, in order to obtain conditional use approval, they have to provide something to the city. And those things could be from this list: enhanced connections to transit, open space above the minimum, a park dedication, contribution to public art, micro mobility measures, hero housing if it's still needed at the time, and other needs as the commission may procedurally determine. Now, the next steps are for this to return to you in March. Also, the local planning agency which is also you, has to have a public hearing on these things. You're initiating it tonight to go to the LPA. And a first reading of the ordinance to put the core on the map. We're still working on the details of putting these things on the map. We're going to take it in phases. In April, there'll be adoption of the first two ordinances, the one creating the MUC and the one putting the core on the map. And we would start the center and edge process in April. And then we'd conclude in May by adopting the center and the edge overlays on the map. With that, I'm open to any questions.
Okay, I just want to get something on the record, because down the road, when this comes back to us, and when there's actually even further down the road development, I'm anticipating that people will come in and object and say, why did you allow this? Why are you doing this and all that? So I want it to be clear that this is not happening in a vacuum. And you've worked very hard with the stakeholders. But again, I ask you, as usual, correct me if I'm wrong. There is an alternative methodology by which the landowners, being an MUC, can get to where they want to be, where we're sort of cut out of the equation, correct?
That's correct. Because it is under the county comprehensive plan, these landowners could go directly to the county and ask for this to be implemented. Basically, the county said, we will usurp your zoning rights if the cities don't put this in place.
So we basically would have our hands tied, and they would deal directly with the county, and the finished product would probably be not to the liking of Aventura.
Very possibly.
So what we try to do is work with the developers, and fortunately, we mostly have stakeholders that are local and that care about our community, and they're willing to work with you and ultimately with the commission and our administration, and we usually end up with a better end result. Would you agree with that?
I would agree wholeheartedly.
Okay, and a lot of that is your efforts, and when we look at, you just gave a list of things, concessions they would make and things they would do, including helping to fund our high school, including housing for our teachers and our police and things like that, some kind of traffic mitigation. These are things that they're accepting of, willing to work with us, and this is how we end up with cooperation and a better end result.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I just wanted that to be on the record. If there's any member of the public that would like to speak, and then of course, the commission can ask any questions or any comments, but let me see if anyone from the public might have questions or comments. I see one gentleman standing. Come on up. Name, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, and Commissioner Friedland. I'll be brief. Jeff Burkow, 200 South Biscayne Boulevard. I'm here representing Turnberry Associates and the Aventura Mall. We're here in support of this ordinance, which implements the Metropolitan Urban Center designation on your future land use map, as you heard from Mr. Klopp, by guiding higher intensity mixed use development where the public has invested in multimodal transit facilities like the Brightline Station, the inevitable bridge to the station, and the mall's bus depot. The MUC overlay is designed to encourage high-quality urban design in a mixed-use, pedestrian-oriented district directly connecting to two modes of transit. The regulations will promote appropriate transitions between the sub-districts, encourage reinvestment, reduced reliance on the automobile, and strengthening of the city's tax base consistent with the city's comprehensive plan, goals, objectives, and policies. We would like to reserve our rights to propose small changes to the ordinance as we review the sub-districts and the distinctions between the sub-districts, but we urge you to vote in favor of this ordinance this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. And let me ask if any other members of the public wish to speak. Okay, seeing none, I'll close it for public comment. I'll ask if any commissioner has any comments or questions. Yes, Commissioner Cruz.
I just wanted to say, reiterate what Mayor Weinberg said. We're at a time where it seems like everybody's encroaching on local rule and municipalities being able to make their own decisions as much as possible. We see this not only at the county level, which we're discussing here, but at the state level. And it's really important that our community, our city, maintains as much of its authority and leadership as it can. So that's why I'm supporting this proposal and hope everybody will.
Okay, any other commission comments? Seeing none, I will ask for a roll call vote.
Commissioner Blatchman,
Yes.
Commissioner Friedland,
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz,
Yes.
Commissioner Alinsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Aim,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bloom. Mayor Weinberg.
Yes,
The motion passes.
thank you. Okay, by the way, I'm looking at the live feed, and I know our ratings are through the roof. So for people who tuned in late, this Indiana t-shirt behind me is a result of a football bet. You didn't have to zoom in on it, but it's okay. I do want to indicate that I was in Israel with the mayor of Lubbock, Texas in November. And you may be aware that with NIL, name, image, and likeness, certain teams, certain universities with a lot of money, like oil money in Texas, are all of a sudden very, very competitive where you're allowed to pay your players. So Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, made it to the playoffs this year. I just want to indicate for the record, I have a standing bet with the mayor of Lubbock, Texas. If they face each other in the playoffs, the bet is stone crab against barbecue. So God willing, we will crush them and I will have some nice barbecue. Just want to let that be known so he can't back out. Okay, public comment. Anybody want to speak to the commission? Again, you can tell us we're great or that we suck. You have 3 minutes to do it. I see, come on up, young lady. Name, please.
Stacy Levy. Stacy Levy. So it's that time of year again. I'm the CEO and founder of Ellie's Army Foundation, and we are getting ready for our Dirty Socks 5K Run and Walkathon. The Ellie's Army was named for my daughter, Ellie, and Ellie had cystic fibrosis. She passed away about 11 years ago now, which I can't believe it's been that long. But at the end of her life, she had 2 double lung transplants. And her doctors told her that if she wanted to get well, she would have to walk. And her surgeon asked her for dirty socks, because that would prove that she had been walking. So Ellie gave him her socks, and we decided to name this event the Dirty Socks 5K Run and Walk, because all children wear medical socks, and sometimes they can't even take a few steps. So on February 22nd, we're going to be walking for them, and we're going to be walking for Ellie. It's a great morning. We have DJ, food trucks. The city has been so supportive of our efforts. This is our 8th year. I want to thank you for that. It's been a pleasure to work with you, and we really appreciate all of your support. It makes a big difference. Ellie's Army supports children and young adults that have life-threatening illnesses. We help their families financially. So the money that's raised goes directly to these families. And your support really makes a big difference. I hope that the community comes out. We've had a lot of community support in the past, and I hope that you could all make it. I know that a couple of you can't, and we'll miss you, but I hope that everybody, comes out. It's a great morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a great event. I know I'll be there and other commission and elected officials will as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We were on item 8 earlier. We voted on it, Mr. Attorney. And I understand that on a technical issue. Vice Mayor Bloom is under the weather. She got kicked off Zoom. Can I allow her to register her vote?
Yes, you can.
Okay, you want to call the roll with Vice Mayor Bloom?
Vice Mayor Bloom, how do you vote on item 8?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other members of the public wish to speak? Seeing none, I'll close it for public hearing, for public comment, I'm sorry. Any other business? Yes.
So I just want to say a few words about Ellie's Army and the Dirty Socks race. And I hope that the community knows, and the rest of the commission definitely knows, how important it is, not just to our community as an event, a family event, but to me. So thank you all for coming and always supporting. And thank you to the community for always being there for us. And it's Stacy Levy's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Stacy. Okay, any other comments? If not, I'm going to need a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Blanchman, seconded by Commissioner Cruz. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? We are adjourned, 6:40 p.m.